Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Donnell Rawlings,
a.k.a. Donnell Rawlings, a.k.a. Party Too Much This Week, a.k.a. Need a Break, a.k.a. I don't know why I agreed to do this morning.
No,
I could have been asleep.
Hold on, Donnell.
I didn't beg you.
To be clear,
you stressed me to come on this show.
No, I'm going to tell you.
You said I need you so much, Donnell.
I'm going to tell you what really happened, because actually, don't make me screenshot the messages.
Okay. Next subject.
But Donnell was like, look, I'm going to be in town. And you know how you plan something in advance and then the day comes and you don't really want to do it? Donnell was like, I want to come and I'm going to co-host a show. I'm going to be in town. We got all these shows out here. So then I hit Donnell yesterday, like, you still coming tomorrow, right?
And I was like,
Because y'all were out partying.
We were. It's a celebration.
It's Dave Chappelle's birthday, his 50th birthday.
Yep, 50th, hip-hop's birthday and Dave's birthday.
Oh, he was born the same time as hip-hop.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. That's funny when you kill him. Your age, you know how old you are by how old hip-hop is.
Your voice sounds extra raspy today.
I party.
I was like, Donnell's probably just laying down and now he's got to get up and come in here.
No, but I was excited.
But you look fresh. And we actually, today's a special day too, because I know you're a coffee lover. And coffee uplifts people. My partner, Tony Forte, just dropped off some coffee here. That's Tony.
Oh, he's the barista.
He's not a barista. He's my partner.
No, she said I got. I said I want tea. She said I got coffee. She said I got a barista. I was like, oh, you fly like that? Because a lot of black people don't even know what that word means.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Well, a barista.
Barista sound like somebody at a bar that took their bra off.
Oh my gosh.
Too soon?
All right. Anyway, Donnell, we do have a barista here because we actually also, Cup Coffee Uplifts People is also now in some Target locations.
Oh, that's big.
We're in Whole Foods in the New York City area. And we also are doing something with DeLonghi, the coffee machine, in studio. So we have a barista here because I knew you were coming and I planned in advance.
So where's my coffee?
We're going to do it right now.
All right.
But first we're going to shine a light on them. 800-292-5150 is a number. Call us up and let us know who you want to shine a light on. Also, we have some special guests joining us. Afrobeats artist Ayo Jay. Your Number. I know you know that song. And Tamika Scott from Xscape. They're going to be joining us today. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Shine a light on them. 800-292-5150.
Shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Donnell Rawlings is here with me. Okay, Donnell. And it's time to shine a light on them. That's when we shout out somebody who we absolutely love, who's doing something positive, and we just want to show them some love. Now, Donnell, I know you want to shine a light on somebody, and I'm going to do it with you.
I want to shine a light on Dave Chappelle's 50th birthday.
Yes.
When
is his actual birthday?
It's actually today.
Oh, okay.
And we did Madison Square Garden yesterday, and they brought the cake out, but it was too early. And they brought out like 11:20, and he did karaoke for 40 minutes. Just to be able to bring his birthday in.
Why did they bring it out so early? Who messed that up?
I don't know. Somebody screwed it up, but it was a good time. I mean, it was star-studded. A lot of hip-hop artists performed. Dopest comedians, and today is the last day. I need tea.
Yeah, we got to give you something because I don't know who this person is in here with me right now.
I need some tea.
It sounds like one of them commercials.
I feel like Eddie King Jr. right now. Night like this, wish that raindrops would fall. I'll get it together. I will get it together.
Get this guy some honey, some tea, whatever, some ginger, whatever we need to give him. But yes, happy birthday to Dave Chappelle. He really is an amazing person, what he's done in Yellow Springs, even during the pandemic. And also, you have your stand-up special that you're doing.
Yep, in November we're going to do a reshoot.
In Brooklyn.
I want Brooklyn, but it's so hard to get this right space. But I got this dope space in Manhattan. It's going to be amazing.
Okay. All right.
It's going to be a part of the New York Comedy Festival.
Okay, we love that.
Yep.
Lunel has hers. Earthquake has his. Yep.
Earthquake just did a good special. Rave reviews, and I'm next.
All right. Well, Brandon, who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my mother and my siblings, my sisters, and my wife. I had a heart transplant in February, and they just been holding me down ever since. Truly appreciate it, not just as family, but as good human beings.
That's amazing, Brandon. You had a heart transplant. That must have been really tough.
Oh, man. I got a second lease on life. I'm truly blessed.
All right. You are blessed. Well, shout out to them because I know all that love and support helped you make it through.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
Hey, Jasmine. What's up?
Hey, Angela Yee.
Who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my husband, Andrew.
Okay. Tell us why.
Because he's been doing the trucking industry for like 10 years, and with everything falling off and stuff like that, we were struggling for a long time, but he was able to come back home and be home more with the kids and actually found something that's entrepreneurship, and he's happy with that.
Oh, okay. Ain't nothing better than when y'all been struggling together and you make it through to the other side.
Yes, for sure.
Jasmine and Andrew, how long y'all been married? For you and Andrew, how long y'all been married?
For like 13 years.
Okay, 13 is my lucky number, so I feel like this is going to be a good year.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jasmine.
All right.
All right, well, that was Shine a Light on Them. 800-292-5150 is the number, just in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, we have Yeetie. That's right. And guess what? Halle Berry has been ordered to pay child support. This is the second time this happened to her. We'll tell you how much it is and what the rest of that deal looks like. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Donnell Rawlings is here with me. So let's get into some Yee tea, Donnell.
Let's get into some Yee tea.
All right, Halle Berry.
I'm gonna be Eddie Kane.
Oh, I know your
for
voice.
the rest of the interview.
Don't worry, we're about to have some coffee in a second.
Nice like this. Okay, good.
Halle Berry has to pay $8,000 a month in child support to Olivier Martinez. They have finalized their divorce. Not only that, she also has to pay him 4.3% of any income she gets, over $2 million in additional support, and she got to pay her son's private school tuition, uniforms, and school supplies, and any extracurricular activities, and pay him back for any of the costs for this year.
What's the visitation situation? Because you got the money part, but how often will he get to see his kid?
They have joint legal custody.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And you know, her daughter, who's now, I think her daughter's like 15 years old, she had the same thing with Gabriel Aubrey, that's her daughter's father. She had to pay him at first $16,000 a month, and then I think she got it slashed in half. And now she's got to pay this amount for her son, who's now 90 years old. It's crazy because Olivier Martinez, he was like,
where raw dogging goes right. Sometimes it don't go right. That's an investment right there, boy.
And I know,
that was the power skeet.
And I know a lot of people will say,
he rich, bitch. You ain't got it.
All right, relax. Okay. All right, let's move on. Allen Iverson is bringing his own weed strain to Pennsylvania, and he's going to be celebrating that in Philly. He's actually working with Al Harrington. You know, Al Harrington has his brand Viola.
Yeah, he's been in the business for a while.
Yes, he has. And they also have like a women's part of that too, for Wellness for Us.
Really?
Yeah, there's like some intimacy drops and things like that.
What is an intimacy drop?
It's some drops that you can put in your vagina, and that gives you stimulation, just like you guys use honey packs and stuff like that.
Who's you guys? I don't do that. All natural.
Oh, I heard you should.
CMOS. Right. Disrespect. CMOS, you done know.
And Lauryn Hill has announced her co-headlining tour. She's reuniting with the Fugees.
You always know when these artists get to a point where they need the money.
She's been doing good. She's been on tour
No
already.
disrespect or anything.
She's celebrating 25 years in the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. And on Tuesday, they announced that she'll be going on tour for that. They did reunite at the Roots Picnic. I was actually there at that Roots Picnic. We did lip service live. And when I was leaving, when I was walking to the front, I saw Wyclef. He got out. He was like, oh, what up? I was like, he was a surprise guest. I guess people didn't know the Fugees were reuniting there. And so now they're doing a whole tour. What probably happened was they did that and they were like, you know what? We stronger together.
Oh, yeah. And that's where they're going to get their biggest money. But my question is, will they be able to sing the songs or play the songs like from the album? I know this sounds crazy, but I saw her perform once. They said it has some type of legal issue where she can't sing in a certain melody or something like that. Do you know anything about it?
That might be for her solo. I don't know. I don't know what the whole situation is with that, but we'll look into that. But I know that people have had issues where they've had to re-record their albums, like Jay-Z did it. Previously. I think, did Taylor Swift do that also? And Ashanti's doing that. You know, they re-record the album so that they can actually make money off of it. That's when you don't have your publishing, I guess. So now Prize is also facing up to 20 years in prison because he was found guilty of that whole situation with helping China influence the U.S. government. So he's waiting for his sentencing with that. So that might be another reason. You know, they had so much success together at such a young age. Maybe you still feel like...
But it's so unfortunate when they was at the height. I hate when groups or people like that, at the height, and then something happens where you miss them in their prime. I'm pretty sure the tour will be successful, but we wanted to see that.
I remember they were on tour
ago.
with Outkast way back in the day. I went to that tour.
That was great.
Yeah, that was amazing. So now, who knows what could happen next? All right, Blueface was stabbed by a stranger while he was training at a LA boxing gym. I saw the footage. We didn't see the actual stabbing, but we did see the guy was arguing, and then Blueface went up and punched him, and it turned into more, and then I guess the camera cut off after that. But Blueface is the one that posted that footage. Now, the LAPD confirmed that a man was taken to a local hospital with a stab wound while conscious and breathing, but they did not identify at that time that it was Blueface.
Clout.
They said the guy ran into the gym yelling out, "I'm going to kill you," at Blueface.
Yeah, because a lot of people think it's fake. People do anything to get those clicks.
I mean, he
nowadays.
really went to the hospital and got stabbed.
I want to see the wound.
Oh
and
my
if he's
gosh.
Blueface, his face should be red after his stabbing.
Oh my! All right.
I want to see the evidence. I
Well,
don't
that
believe it.
is your Yeetie. See how it is? People don't believe anything now. And when we come back, we have About Last Night, and that's where we discuss what we did last night. I feel like this is all you, Donnell, to talk about.
I know I had a good night because I don't remember anything I did, and I know I had a good night when they tell me what I did the next day.
All right,
So,
well, we're going to find
I
out.
need some callers.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. About Last Night is next with Donnell Rawlings.
So, about last night. Last night. Here's how it went down.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Donnell Rawlings is here with me.
Thank you for having me
No,
and
thank
getting
you
me
for
coffee
coming.
up.
I absolutely love Donnell. I'm so excited that you're here. It made me look forward to coming
I
to
don't
work.
trust you. Now, we have a history of that. You say that, the next thing you know, you got your little inside jokes.
No.
And then next thing you know, in the comments, they like this, "Oh, she went in on him. That was
No.
slick." Yes.
Cheers, Donnell.
I love you, but I don't trust you.
Okay, well, anyway.
Is that most relationships?
Yeah.
It is, right?
Okay. Well, anyway, I want to also thank DeLonghi for stopping by this morning. They have the coffee cart here, so I'm going to have this coffee cart. And you guys know I love coffee. I actually have Coffee Uplifts People. And so I'm excited that we'll be sharing some more things with DeLonghi. I'll be making coffee too, because they have the same machine here that I have at home, La Specialista. But they are the global leader in espresso machines.
If I was a stripper, that would be my name. I would
What?
name myself DeLonghi.
Okay.
Come out to Genuine. Give it up for DeLonghi.
Yeah, that's not what I heard.
Stop it.
To Shorty.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, but anyway, About Last Night, and I did want to make sure you had some coffee because I know Dave Chappelle is in town. It is his 50th birthday today. Everybody was hitting me up. I was in Denver, Colorado, and they were like, "Are you at this show? Are you here? Are you here? Can you get me tickets? Can you get me this?" And I was not even here. So
I know we missed you. It was a good time. There was
Y'all did not miss me.
We did.
Nobody asked for me?
They did ask you.
Okay.
And I told her, it was like, "Where's Yee?" I was like, "She's doing some bigger and better things. She's too good for our crew."
Never. I'll be
But
there
yesterday,
tonight.
the Roots killed it last night. Nas performed. Who else? The Baby performed. Ludacris, Jon Stewart, Chris Rock. It was just like everybody was just coming out. And last night, the Garden was on fire. I'm so
Yes.
used to when I do the arena shows with them, we do it in the round, which is like when you perform in the round, it feels like you're a boxer coming out that hallway. But we had, I think, a quarter of the arena was cut off because of the stage, but everybody that performed hit that stage last night. It was dope. Then we went over to PhD and had another after party.
Was that a rooftop?
Yeah.
Okay.
To which at 3:30 I was like, dang, I gotta go do Way Up, so I gotta get up. But I made it in. Shout out to Dave, 50th
I didn't think
birthday.
that he was going to make it. I'm not going to lie. This morning, I was like, Donnell probably just laid down because I'm not going to lie. Hanging out with you and the crew and Dave, you end up staying out until like the sun comes up. And
Yeah, but if I tell you I'm going to do something I thought about, I was going to hit you with, "Oh, I can't make it." I was like, what would you do? You've never let me down on any situation like that. If you say you're going to do
Yeah.
something, you're going to do it. So that's why
I
I'm
flew
here.
out to Charlotte, North Carolina to see you.
Yep, it was a good time. You always support me. I appreciate it.
No, I'm excited. And I'm excited for you to tape your special. So I know you're getting ready for that. And I'm going to be there. So just make sure you give me some notice. And you know,
It's the second time.
Yeah, this is
it's
the second
supposed to have been
time.
out a year ago. I shot one, and then I had an air date 2 weeks before it's supposed to air. Dave calls me talking about he want to do it again.
Okay.
I'm like, why? Because that would be a hard pill for a comedian to swallow. You know, like, was it not funny? But he said, "Donnell, I could put you in front of any audience any day. You will rip it. It doesn't make it a great special." And then we remember we did it when the pandemic was kind of, and
Yeah.
all the protocol was kind of lightening up.
it was kind of weird how it was more like what the audience had to do and how production was setting up, and people, it was weird.
And then people had masks on and everything. And then if we would have aired that one, it would have dated itself.
It would have definitely dated it.
But, you know, the hardest thing to do for some people is to accept constructive criticism. I went back to the drawing board, and I'm telling you, in November, I'm excited about it.
Well,
It's
I will
going to
be
be
there
great.
again. And you know me, if I come, I'm bringing like 20 people with me.
Always. Always. You don't come no less than that.
Got to bring the whole crew. Well, you guys know I was in Denver, Colorado. It was the Podcast Movement Festival. And so shout out to DJ Louis V. He interviewed me on stage. I was just talking about getting my start in podcasting. I ran into one of your friends, Donnell.
Who's that?
And he was like, we got to take a video so I can send it to Donnell so I can tell him I ran into you. And I was like, make sure he knows that I'm actually nice to his friends, because you're not nice to my friends when they come up to you and they say, oh, I'm friends with Angela.
No, they disrespectful. Your friends say I got trash eggplant. That's what they
So
say.
anyway, they said, the other thing they said was, can you tell him to get back on his podcast, because he just stopped doing it all of a sudden. And so you got to start your podcast.
I know, and
Back up
I
again.
already got 3 new ones in the can. I'm just waiting to push
We
it
want you
back
to
up.
just be consistent. That's
I know,
all I'm
it's
asking.
important.
Okay,
I
great.
will.
Thank you. Well, that was about last night. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. When we come back, Ayo Jay is going to
See
be
that subtle
joining us.
disrespect? Did you hear that subtle disrespect?
Afrobeats artist Ayo Jay. He's also performing at Angela Yee Day this Sunday, which is absolutely free. So make sure y'all tune in. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the back. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from thejasminebrand.com is here.
Yes, I'm here.
And Ayo Jay is here. What's up?
Yep, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Listen, well, first of all, I'm excited that you're going to be at Angela Yee Day this year for the first time.
I am excited too.
Yay!
But listen, I love that you're doing this, because when you first blew up, right, Afrobeats is not where it is today.
Definitely.
At all. So
Definitely.
let's talk about you just breaking into the business. This is your first time on Way Up with Angela Yee. I don't think we've ever sat down before either.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Your number is, it did its thing. It blew up in 2016. It was one of the first songs to cross over, an Afrobeat song. I've been doing Afrobeat since like 2012, while I was in school. I moved back to Nigeria to push other sounds, and then your number took off. I'm here still doing my thing. Yeah.
And you actually worked with Fetty Wap early on too.
Yeah, Fetty was the first remix I did for Your Number. So that's the one that's the remix that I created that took off the song. It made the song blow up.
You also did take a bit of a break too.
Yeah, I did. Around the time when Your Number was hot and I was performing, it just so happened that my mom had Alzheimer's. So she started
That's
having
so hard.
it's crazy. So she started having like symptoms, and me and my mom were really close. So she supported me. So I just took her as my responsibility. So I used to she lives with me even till today. I take care of her, shower her, do all that stuff. So
That's
Such a good
amazing.
son.
oh yeah, definitely. So that kind of like slow you down a little bit, because you have to take care of priority, besides the music. But thankfully I had Your Number going on, so
Right.
I was able to at least take a break and still be okay, feed my family and everything. But I'm back.
Okay.
That's a lot of pressure.
I mean, definitely it is, but that's my mom, so I don't really think about it like, I have to do, she's like my child.
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So
And she did everything for you. So now
yeah, she would do the same thing if it was me. So
that's the point of kids, I feel like.
Yeah.
yeah, for
Brought you
sure.
in this world, took care of you.
Yeah, the point of kids is when I need you later in life and things flip, you better be
Run
there.
that back.
That's true.
Right now we are talking to Afrobeats artist Ayo Jay. All right, and now let's talk about, because you do have an EP that's about to come out.
Yes.
So right before Angela Yee Day, this EP is going to be out. And so let's talk about that for a second and the whole process of you. And I know you work with Fab on this too?
Yes, Fab is on track 2, Paranoia.
Talk about Paranoia a little bit.
Actually, I wrote that song when Your Number was blowing up.
Also, you wrote it a while ago.
Yeah, a while
Okay.
ago. It's a song that I wrote a while ago, and it's kind of like when I was meeting, females, and you don't know if they like you for you or they like you for what's going on right now. So that was an idea I had then, and I put it out a couple of years ago, and the numbers were good, and I felt like it needed a rapper.
Okay.
And I felt like Fab was the best fit.
Let's talk about that for a second. Because we talk about guys feel like, well, I don't know if she likes me for me. But then for women, what do y'all like us for? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times guys have their own motives as
Great
well.
question,
too.
Angela.
Nah, I mean, it's a great question. I mean, to be honest with you, first of all, I just see the looks.
Right.
Her appearance, okay.
So, if that catches me, then maybe the other things can, hold me or catch me even more.
So that's
You know,
even
see if
because
it
when a
could
girl
build.
meets you, she knows who you are. But then maybe if she decides she likes you more after that, then it can.
Yeah, you're right.
So give the women a break, please.
We need a response song.
I know.
ladies. We need a response
Yeah,
song.
exactly. Yeah, definitely. But
no
I
part
just that's just my point of view.
No,
of,
I
you
get
know
it.
what
I'm
saying?
just teasing you.
Yeah.
Put you on the defensive for a second.
Fair enough.
Right now, we are talking to Afrobeats artist Ayo Jay. What made you decide now was the time to put a project out?
My friend passed away last summer. That's who I named the EP after, Tommy. He was one of my very close friends. He used to support me. He used to tell me to put out music all the time. We were just out, having fun last summer, and he drowned on the boat.
Oh my gosh, that's
So,
so sad. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I am so sorry to hear
No
that. I know you
problem.
said that's like your brother.
Yeah, definitely. My friend turned brother. He was around when I started recording some of the songs on the project. So I just felt like, it is right to just dedicate it to him. And I was going to put it out anyway this year. So I just felt like, let me just name it after my friend. Because he
Right.
was there. He's not here now, but,
It's beautiful.
it'll honor him. Yeah.
So does this mean that now you're fully back in it and you're going to do a...
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely back. Pretty much, I just found a way to balance taking care of priority, family, and, doing what I have to do to, make an impact in the world.
And what about like Afro pop? Because I know there's a lot of different categories within, because we've had some artists up here and they're like, everything is not Afro beats. Because I think some tend to feel like if it's from any part of Africa, it's just Afro beats. But
Yeah.
it is a lot of different categories within that.
I have this argument even within my own camp and my friends. People call it what they want. Burna Boy calls his stuff Afrofusion. There's no set definition for all these things. But for me, if the sound is like influenced by like the African sound, if it has the African elements to it, it's Afro beats in general. I know the idea of Afro pop. I understand the fusions, but everything to me is all under the category Afro beats.
All right. Well, listen, Ayo Jay, we're going to see a lot of you, and I really appreciate you. I was very
Definitely.
excited when they said that you were down to do Angela Yee
Definitely,
Day.
trust me.
So that's really hype for me. So
I've listened to you for a few years, so
thank
I'm
you.
honored to be here.
Yay. As soon as they said it, I said, yes, please lock it in. So thank you so much. We're appreciative. It's an event that is for the community. It's free. It's for the kids.
Okay.
So I just am glad to also celebrate your new EP with you.
Definitely,
on
man.
that day. So we'll make sure
Definitely.
that everybody knows.
Thank you so much.
All right. EP is coming out, Tommy, on Friday.
Definitely.
And when we come back, we have Yeetie. And let's talk about Kevin Hart. He really injured himself and now he's in a wheelchair. We'll tell you what happened. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Donnell can relate.
They say it's truth in the rumors. From industry shade to all the gossip. Talk to me. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee and Donnell Rawlings is here.
Uh-oh, I'm back.
Uh-oh.
It's coming.
Listen, that coffee helped you.
It is delicious,
And since
too.
we're doing Yeetie, I got a line of tea also, but we'll talk about that later. But yes, let's get right into this. Kevin Hart is explaining how he ended up in a wheelchair. He tried to have a friendly foot race. And he was having a friendly foot race with a former NFL player, and it led to his injury. So he posted 44 and sitting my ass down. I got to be the dumbest man alive. What the F am I doing? I blew my ish. I'm done. Here's what he said.
I'm in a wheelchair. Why? Well, because I tried to jump out there and do some young stuff. Shouts out to Stephen Wiley. I'm going to go to put this story out there before you do. We got into a little debate. This debate was based off of who was faster. Those that know me know I'm pretty fast. Steven said, Kev, ain't no way you gonna beat me. Steven is an ex-NFL running back, played for the New England Patriots. I said, Steve, you can bet it. He said, bet. I said, bet. We get out there, we go run the 40-year-old dash. Tore my lower abdomen, my abductors. I can't walk.
Now, I want to say, Donna, I know you can relate to this.
I'm telling you, it's certain you don't. A lot of times you don't know how old you are until something like that happens. Maybe 2 years ago, I was at the backyard barbecue. The kids had one of those 8-foot rims, right? And they looked at me right in my face and said, what you gonna do? I said, what y'all gonna do is turn your camera on. We putting this on Twitter, Vine, or whatever. They said, what you gonna do? I said, I'm going to throw the ball off the backboard. I said, I'm going to do a 360. I said, on my way down, because I had a rag that I barbecue with. I said, on my way down, I'm going to wipe my face, and y'all get this for YouTube.
Ooh.
All I remember doing was taking 2 steps back.
And it was over.
And I felt like it was a drive-by. I felt my knee go, pow! And the funny thing about it, the kids looked at me. It looked like a Spike Lee movie. They was looking down at me. I'm looking up. They was like, we don't even know what happened. He was only 2 inches off the ground. So lesson learned. You get to a certain age, you got to do those stretches, or you will be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Easy
Listen,
as that.
kickball, you pulled something there too.
Why all of your stories are negative toward me? Is there anything positive about Donnell Rawlings?
All right, your boy 40. He also had an incident where he was dancing and he dropped it low and then needed help getting up.
Well, you call him 40. Women call him Jermaine.
Okay, Jermaine.
Yeah, he don't. The streets be like, "What's your name?" 40. I mean, one time this girl was. I was like, "We're 40." She was like, "Who's 40?" That's Jermaine. The only girls get
Sorry,
the real
Jermaine.
name. Everybody else get the X.
All right. Well, anyway, yeah. So the moral of the story is be careful.
Yep.
And don't do all that. Now, Tyler, the Creator, says he got a BBL. There were pictures of him.
What? Whoa.
Oh, Donnell, tread carefully here. Okay?
All right, go ahead.
All right. A picture of him and Sexy Red went viral, and he said he got some work done, and he posted on social media, I got a BBL. This is not Photoshop. And so he also said it really lifted his
The
spirit.
streets not the same.
Do you want
The
to see the
streets
picture?
have changed.
Okay. Here's the picture, and he said he's been hiding it, but the cat is out of the bag. So it also could be the angle, by the way. It looks like they took that picture.
Is that Wayne Brady? Oh, I thought that was Wayne
from
Brady.
from an upward angle, and sometimes, you know, you do a little pose, you poke it out from the upward angle, it can make it look like you had a BBL. But maybe he did have one. He said it's not Photoshop.
I don't.
Okay. Kendrick Lamar has closed on.
No comment.
I'm trying to help you.
Kendrick Lamar got a BBL?
No, he closed on a $9 million penthouse in New
Thank
York
God.
City. So I saw when they said he was looking, and he was actually in Brooklyn too, looking for a place, but he did end up finding a place. So shout out to him. He's going to be in New York City. It's crazy how you could buy something and everybody knows. But there you have it. He's going to be living out here. So that's dope. We love to end up seeing him out and about.
Right.
In the
I still
city.
can't get over the Tyler BBL.
I know.
joke.
I'm trying to move on past it because I don't want you to say something wrong.
Yas. Is that? I say yas.
You can say that.
I won't say that. I just say yas.
Yes, that works.
Yas, and yas. That last yas was for Atlanta.
All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines, but we definitely feel like you need to know about them. They're just as interesting, and sometimes they're under the radar. I know I was watching the Republican debate yesterday, so I feel like everybody's been talking about that today. Somebody asked me, they were like, who do you think performed the best? And I was like, well, that's all relative. You know, depending on what you believe and what you support, because there are some things that I very strongly disagree with, you know, like a lot of what's happening in Florida, but some people strongly support that and they might feel like that was great.
I'm sick of politics altogether.
Okay. I didn't know you even really got into it.
I'm just sick of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, we have Under the Radar when we come back, and it's not going to be about politics. It's way up with Angela.
BBL, yes.
The news, I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
Yes, it is way up with Angela Yee, or as Donnell would say, yes.
Donnell wouldn't say that. Tyler
Donnell
said
Rawlings. What would he say?
Yas, because he got a deep Yas voice.
Yes. And now it's time for Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily the headlines. They are flying under the radar. Now, the 15 cities in the United States with the highest cost of living, right? What do you think is number one, if you had
California.
to guess?
San Francisco,
well, that's
California.
a state. Okay. San Francisco's number 3. Orange County, California is number 5, and LA is number 6 on the list.
I knew they was up there.
But number 1 is Manhattan in New York.
Really?
Now, there's a lot of New York places that made this list of top 15 highest costing places to live. So like I said, Manhattan's number 1. Brooklyn is number 4 on that list, as well as Queens made the list at number 13, and then Nassau County made the list at number 15. But others rounding out the top 5 is New York, then Honolulu, San Francisco, then Brooklyn, then Orange County, California.
It's a very expensive place to live, but how's that with the jobs? Is those places they pay more than other states that aren't on the list?
I think New York, you have the potential to make a lot more money, but you also spend so much more. So it kind of, you have to make more money in order to be able to survive in New York. I know so many people that moved here from other places and left. They were like,
easy.
I can't take it anymore.
And then during the pandemic, a lot of people left and never came back.
Yeah. And I think the other issue is that not only is it expensive to live here, you don't get much for your money. So
when you start going to places with acres and stuff, you be like, damn.
Like Yellow Springs, where you live.
Oh, my God. Yeah. 500 square feet. That's like some people's front yard in Midwest and those country areas.
Well, speaking
I
of...
support being a country man.
I know you do.
A river ninja.
A river ninja.
Yes.
All right. Now, New York is also paying homeowners up to $125,000. And that's because they want people to build these tiny homes in their yards. They're called accessory dwelling units, ADUs. And so as of August 15th, they spent about $23 million doing this. It's part of a package. It's called the Plus One ADU program. And so they give homeowners across the state a grant of up to $125,000 if you add that additional housing unit to your property.
Is it for your personal use or to
No.
rent it out? What for some? Oh, for some other people to live there.
Yes, because there's a housing shortage here. And they said this is something that's been happening nationwide and makes both buying and renting a home very expensive. So now they're hoping that this can help owners, and they've been easing zoning ordinances to allow homeowners to build additional living units.
What's
on
the
their
average
properties.
price for one of those units?
I don't know. I've never bought one, but I see they have them at like Home Depot.
I saw that like a box, like prefabricated.
You said you wanted one.
I want to put one in my backyard. I would do that. So if you get one of those,
He's rich, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, stop it! If you get one of those houses, say they give you $125,000 a grant. If you build one for like $50,000, you can
keep the rest. That's your money. But then you also have some people living in your yard. That's the only thing. All right. And we talked about this story last week. A Mississippi police officer who took a 10-year-old to jail. That's because he had to go to the bathroom and he urinated behind his mom's car. Now, his mom was inside somewhere. She was gone for a few minutes, so he was with his sister. The 10-year-old had to go to the bathroom, so he did that. And at first, the first police officer was going to let him go, but then other police officers came and they ended up really arresting him and taking him to
like one of my
jail
nights.
for that. But you're not 10 years old, Donnell. That's the difference. All right. So now Quadavius is traumatized from this experience, according to his mom. And the Mississippi police officer who did that actually lost his job. And so that's because I think this story was, being circulated. Something had to happen. And the police department, they even admitted that they made an error in judgment by taking Quadavius to jail. This happened on August 10th. And so they did apologize, and they said they're also going to discipline the other officers involved in Quadavius's detainment and give additional juvenile training for all officers. And that is your Under the Radar stories. Now, we do have a Way Up mix coming at the top of the hour. What's today, Thursday? I never know what day it is because I've been all over the place this week. We also have Tamika Scott from Xscape joining us. She's been in the news. The SWV Xscape show happened. Tamika and her sister were having a lot of very public disputes and a lot of family disputes. So we're going to get into all of that. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Donnell Rawlings is here, wide awake.
Fully moisturized.
Fully moisturized, wide awoke. All right, let's get into some Yeet tea. Fire Festival. Remember that festival?
That's the one that went
happened?
really, really bad, right?
Yes.
Ja Rule was a part of that, right?
Yeah, it was Billy McFarland, and Ja Rule was his partner.
Did
and
somebody go to jail?
Billy McFarland, he's out now, and he actually is relaunching the Fire Festival, and it's already sold out.
Wow. What's the lure of this festival?
Let me tell you something. Some of the tickets were $7,999 a piece.
And Taylor Swift is not going to be there.
We don't even know who's going. They haven't even announced who's going to be there. But here's Billy McFarland when he was talking about the Fire Festival.
We spoke to people as far away as the Middle East and South America, and ultimately we decided that Fire Festival 2 is coming back to the Caribbean. We are targeting Fire Festival 2 for the end of next year, and in the meantime, we'll be doing pop-ups and events across the world.
He is not playing.
That's a
he
comeback.
Came back doing the same thing.
Yeah, the same thing.
And the fact that no one knows who's on the bill and they don't even know an exact date, but it's sold out already, I kind of don't believe that.
What is this guy's backstory? I mean, he started as like a club promoter or something, or what is he?
I remember he had this like black card first that was like some exclusive black card, and then he started this whole Fire thing, and he's able to raise money And so he got a whole lot of investors and then ended up going to jail for that. All right. Reggie Bush, he wants to get his Heisman Trophy back. And so now he has filed a defamation suit, and he's trying to make sure that can happen. That's all because of the, quote, pay-for-play type of arrangements. And he won the Heisman Trophy. But unfortunately, he gave up the award because they found he received benefits of several $1,000s in a vehicle that was not allowed at the time. And he was ruled ineligible as of 2004. And so now he's saying the rules have changed. I should be able to get my Heisman back. And I saw attorney Ben Crump was posting about that.
Yeah, I'm glad that they got to the point now where they letting these athletes make money. Because all the money they make so much money, it had to come to that. So shout out to Reggie Bush for trying to go back in time to be ahead. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he said he was never paid to play football while at the University of Southern California, and it was defamation. And, like y'all was saying behind the scenes, they all do that.
They all do it, but he just got busted.
Caught, yeah. All right, Skip Bayless has unveiled Undisputed's new team, and it's going to be returning onto the air August 28th after a 2-month hiatus after Shannon Sharpe left. And so now it's going to be Richard Sherman, Keyshawn Johnson, and Michael Irvin. That's the new dream team.
Michael Irvin back in the game. I'm so happy that those allegations were false about him doing that Super Bowl.
Yes.
But I don't know if people really like that dynamic with Shannon Sharpe, so I don't know how it's going to work out. But those are two good choices to come behind Shannon and probably keep that brand to go.
You'll be watching, right?
Nah, not really.
Well, Shannon Sharpe is bringing his podcast, Club Shay Shay, and he's bringing that to the Volume. So the digital network and podcasting hub that was founded by Colin Cowherd's will also jointly produce new programming with the network. And that's all after he left Undisputed. So everybody's doing their thing.
Going to do it. He's popular. Everybody's doing it. It's popping too.
Yeah, and you got your podcast coming back.
The Donnell Rawlings Show. Make sure you subscribe. I feel like a commercial. Make sure you subscribe and like. Go to the Donnell Rawlings Show on YouTube. I got new episodes I'm about to drop next week. I think I got to episode 99. I lost the interest in it, but everywhere I go now, people are starting to say you need it. You need to bring it back.
You got to be consistent.
You got to be consistent, and that's the only way you're gonna get the money. So I'm going back.
And Diddy has announced his first solo album in 17 years. He put out a trailer for it.
Why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? Especially with the success that I've had, especially where my life is, how stressful and treacherous this music industry is. Why would I just come back in here and have to do something that I don't have to do? My heart has been broken. I still got that question of am I gonna love again? Yo, sometimes you gotta go through the dark to manifest. Sometimes you gotta smile through the agony and the stress. My feet ain't been on the ground, I'm flying and landing jets.
All right, so new Diddy.
When you're passionate about something, you're passionate about something.
And it says Justin Bieber, The Weeknd, Mary J. Blige, DJ Khaled, Tiana Taylor, French Montana, 21 Savage, Young Miami, Sway Lee, Jazzy, Babyface, they're all in this video.
So he got a DJ Khaled album.
Basically. All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, let's talk to my guy, Donnell Rawlings. We're going to find out more about what he has going on. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. And Donnell Rawlings is here with me.
I'm way up and I got up for you.
Yes, I appreciate it.
I don't normally do that. I did it. My word is my bond. And I asked myself, should I go to the Way Up show or should I go back to sleep? And I knew you would have did it for me, so that's why I came.
Yeah, and you also said, I'm going to be in town this week. I want to co-host with you.
I said that, but then the last night, it didn't.
You were out all
really
night. Okay. Well, I appreciate you for being
here. I thought about it, but then at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was like, but I got too much respect for you, so I'm here.
And happy birthday again to Dave Chappelle. It's his 50th birthday today. I know
how that feels.
He's been going, you've had yours already.
You ain't have to say it like that.
How many times?
I mean, I'm a little bit past that, but it's a beautiful place to be. The fact that I made it to 50 is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. And I want to talk about a few things that you have going on. It's also your son's birthday, Austin.
Yeah, shout out Austin Donnell Rawlings. His mother, I wanted to call him Donnell. His mother was like, I'm not going to do that. So Austin
she knew
Donnell
she
Rawlings,
wasn't going to be with you.
Oh, she didn't know she wasn't.
No,
yeah,
she
probably did.
She was like, I don't want to.
She probably did. Put that in the middle somewhere. But he turns 8. Happy birthday, Austin. I love you.
Why did she not want to name him Donnell? She just didn't like the name?
She wanted him to have a fair shake on paper. Donnell is it's probably the most urban name you could get.
Oh, okay. Donnell Jones.
Okay, how many other Donnells do you know?
Donnell Rawlings.
Those two.
Who
and
else?
when you Google Donnell, for a while, this is why I knew my career was starting to take off a little bit. Because normally when you do Google Donnell Jones was the first thing that popped up. But the last 5 years, oh no, Jones, people think I'm an R&B guy, but it's been Donnell Rawlings coming up.
Okay, yeah, you do come up first.
So stop playing games with me.
Look at all of these arrests.
They not arrests. Those are improper detentions.
All right, well, no worries.
Yeah, wrong identity.
Now, I want to make sure that we talk on some things that you have going on, because I know you're bringing back your podcast.
Yes, the Donnell Rawlings Show.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm doing it, well, when during the pandemic, when I didn't have anything else to do, I was very, very consistent with the podcast. But once things started freeing up in regard to people getting work back, I wasn't giving it as much attention. But lately, like the last 6 months, everywhere I go, people are like, when you going to bring the pod back?
I was out
bring
at
the pod
Podcast Movement in Denver, and one of your friends came up to me and said, please ask Donnell, when is he bringing back his podcast?
Yeah, because he wants to get paid and he sells ads.
Oh, well, it makes sense.
And he said he was my best friend.
Yeah, he told me, he said, Donnell's my best friend. And I was like, you don't look like 40. I mean, Jermaine. But yeah, so he did come up to me. So, and the other thing I want to mention.
And the name of it, just to get ahead of it, I got 3 of them in the can right now. Go to YouTube, the Donnell Rawlings Show, subscribe to it. And I say within the next week or so, I'm going to start bringing out new episodes.
Okay. Wow. So that's pretty soon.
But I found out everybody that's in the podcast world, they said the most important thing, you got to stay consistent.
I told you that too.
Yeah.
People look forward to seeing something. Like my podcast comes out every Tuesday. I don't want to talk about when you did it because, you know.
Which one? The show? The
one that you did.
Which one did I do?
The one where we found out that you're trash.
No, nobody never found trash.
You told us.
No, or the one when I almost cried?
Yes.
Was that it?
No, that was something else. But okay, so anyway.
I'm too emotional.
So anyway, aside from that, you also have your special that's going to be, that you're filming at the New York Comedy Festival.
Yes, New York Comedy Festival. That's November the 9th through the 12th. I'm going to be performing at Cafe. What is it?
Hard Rock Cafe.
Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh my God.
And that's like a hidden gym. Like a lot of people don't know. They got like a little ballroom performance area. I'm going to be doing that. And it's going to be a taping for my special. So the tickets, I know I'm a little early, but the tickets are going on sale. And the thing I'm excited about is that since Caroline's closed, the people
that's a
at
comedy
Caroline's,
club out here that we
legendary comedy spot. I was hurt when it went down, but the same producers and the same people that were behind that are doing this. So this gives people in New York an opportunity not to see me at Caroline's, but close around it and get that
Caroline's was such a really staple here as far as a comedy club. You actually, after the pandemic, did the first show to open back up Caroline's.
Yep, and I think I closed it down. That might have been the end of the show.
Yeah, and then you did the last show too.
But that place has so much history. It hit everybody hard. From the people that used to work there, management, the owners. And when they said it, I thought it was a bad joke.
Right.
Because I think that it's been there over 30 years.
Yeah, it's been there as far as I can remember.
And then when I was coming up as a black comic, that was your first rite of passage, saying that you really started to do stuff, going from the bar clubs and those hard rooms that we used to do, the Chitlin circuit, to being passed at Caroline's. It was a big deal.
The last time I went, I was there, Miss Jones was there, and Wendy Williams was there.
That was a very interesting combination.
It was quite a night.
Yeah,
it was
a good
quite a time.
And it made
the New York Post.
Yeah, page 6.
Yeah, page 6.
I saw her the other day.
Tashara.
Yeah, she was just walking down the street. I just got nervous. As soon as I saw her, I was like, what'd I do? I didn't do anything. I was waiting for her to pull
talk to TMZ all the time,
Uh-huh.
damn it.
But when you're under the influence, sometimes TMZ is an engaging conversation.
And the last thing I want to say is congratulations to Donnell Rawlings for buying a house. I was so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
To see you have a real home, too. It's not like no bachelor pad. It's an actual, like, really nice
deer
house.
going in the backyard and everything. I appreciate it.
All right, well, we were just talking to Donnell Rawlings, my co-host for the day, and Tamika Scott from Xscape is coming up next. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Now I'm back at it. You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Donnell Rawlings is here.
AKA Eddie Kane Jr. Night Like This. Which my voice is back now. I'm ready. I'm ready for Broadway.
You hype now. You came in here sad.
That's after I drank all that coffee. I'm caffeined up right now.
Shout out to Coffee Up. Let's view. I'm up now too. I flew in. I landed this morning from Denver, and then I came here.
I landed last night.
You landed this morning too.
Yeah, I was up this morning, but it was well worth it. Good times with everybody.
And one thing we didn't talk about was your acting that you've been doing. Because what's the show about the Lakers?
What was it? The Winning Time.
Yeah, The Winning Time.
Yep.
That show is back.
It's back. I'm not on this season. I did the last thing I did was BMF. The funny thing about it is that I'm not a good auditioner. I hardly ever audition for anything. And I'm not being cocky. I always say offer only.
Okay.
And I feel like if you want to work, I mean, if I work in a project, it's because somebody said we want him and only him. Same thing when I did BMF, Tasha Smith. Shout out to her. Like, she is like the triple threat producer, writer, director, and everything. She called me one day. She said, I got this role for you. I said, what am I doing? She said, you're going to be having sex with dead bodies.
You were
and
like,
I said,
okay,
sign
makes
me
sense.
up.
Yeah.
What is that? It's a necrophiliac. One of them.
Necrophilia?
Yeah. You a freak. You know that?
I was an English major. I'm going to tell you what helped me with being
What's
an
the
English
choking
major.
joints?
Asphyxia.
You know all them joints.
I took Latin growing up, and when you take Latin, you know all the etymology of words. So
I know como se llama usted, and that's the end of it.
But anyway, Donnell, that is definitely typecasting, because on the show BMF, they were punking you like crazy. I wanted to stand up for you. That's how bad it was.
I know. The funny thing about that, the guy, Eric Kofi, who plays Lamar, the deranged character, he's a method actor. I'm not even I'm a fake
so he
actor.
was messing you up in real life.
No, he was coming to work 6 o'clock in the morning ready to kill people. I'm like, we just trying to get coffee, bro. Yeah, he was serious about it. But it went from 1 episode, season 1, to 4 episodes, and then Randy Huggins was a big fan of mine. He just kept adding stuff to it. And 50 Cent, I appreciate the opportunity they gave me.
Offers only.
You know
what I'm saying? Offers only. All right. Well, when we come back, thank you, Donnell. Tamika Scott from Xscape is going to be joining us, and she's got some really interesting things to talk about. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here.
Yes.
Mano is here.
New Mano.
And Tamika Scott is here.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Tamika Scott. First of all, we love the song Tonight featuring Method Man.
Yeah, we were just listening to it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a fun party. I remember when you first did the song and it first came out, and I was like, she got Method Man and in the video?
Yes, girl. I had to.
Listen, and we've been watching like a lot of things that have been happening with you lately, but what we love to see is the positivity. First of all,
thank you.
First of all, to put out a song in the midst of all this that's a hit song.
Thank you.
Is a huge deal. You've always known that you wanted to be a solo artist, right? No?
Mm-mm.
You never wanted to?
No, I like being in the back.
You do?
Girl, I used to kid on backgrounds. Growing up, I never really thought I was the best singer out the group Xscape. I felt like, everybody else had a better voice than me. I was comfortable in my position.
Okay.
So it was like stepping out was a little scary.
But where does that come from, though, of you not wanting to step out and be in the spotlight like you are now? Like, why do you think that was
just
coming
even
on?
growing up in our household, my sister was groomed to sing. Like my father, he worked with both of us, but my sister she had an album out at 11. So she was the singer.
Right.
So it was instilled in us that this is the singer. Like you go back, you go do backgrounds for your sister, and I felt good being able to just back her up. So then, even been in a group, Jermaine wanted that. He was in love with T-Bar's sound, so he took that sound and made Candy sing. Even though Candy register she can go all the way high, he made her start like just kicking it with the low register. So that was her sound, and my sister always came in and did the gospel thing, and and then me and Tiny, we was in the background, like we came in, in and out when we were needed. But I was comfortable.
And then finally you said,
finally I was like, let me just give this a try. If it works, it worked. If not, at least I can say I tried. And I've been getting great response. Like, I'm like, wow, I'm glad they're accepting me, because a lot of people, they don't accept people outside of the group.
I'm here with Jasmine Brand and Mano. We are talking to Tamika Scott from Xscape. Yeah, that is hard too sometimes when you first come out and you're part of a group and then you want to go solo. I mean, it can work, but I do feel like people get so used to that group dynamic, and then it's always usually like not everybody can make it that way. It'll be like one person, that can stand out.
And coming off of the Queens of R&B, I was a little stressed, okay, and I was a lot disappointed because I felt like they wanted to show more of the dysfunction of my family than things that we've created outside of just Xscape. Like I have my own cookbook, I have my own seasonings. Lines.
Hey now,
so and they never showed it. Even Tiny made drinks out of my book twice, one for her family, one for the group. They never mentioned it. So I remember afterwards, I was just like, I'm just so over this, and I was cleaning up and I was listening to some songs I wrote, and Tonight came on and it was like, can't no drama come my way, tonight I'm gonna celebrate, And I was like, you know what? They didn't celebrate me, but I'm going to celebrate myself. So I felt like it was needed to put that song out to tell people we go hard for other people. But when do we celebrate ourselves?
Right.
When do we really just take our time to say, you know what? I accomplished something. If nobody else celebrate me, I'm going to celebrate me.
You know what? We should do that.
What? Celebrate ourselves more?
Ourselves.
Really?
I'm going to do that.
But speaking of that, right, being on a show like you guys did, Xscape and SWV, you know, clearly, yes, they did focus a lot on the drama. Did any of that show help you resolve issues that maybe had been pushed to the side before but had been happening for years? Even within your own family, it forces you to confront those things. Everybody's weighing in on it, and then maybe, hopefully, the best case scenario is a resolution.
Yeah, it did. It just amplified a lot of things that were hidden. You know, in family, we like to push things under the rug. And you can't keep putting a Band-Aid on it, because the Band-Aid gonna come off and then all hell is gonna break loose, which happened on TV.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was. But, you know, family, we fight, we fuss, but at the end of the day, we always come back together because we're family.
Has there been a resolution?
We're working towards it now.
That's good.
Yeah.
How is it for your kids to watch you too?
Oh my
see
gosh,
everything
my
that's
babies.
going on.
Oh my gosh, I love my babies. I have 3 beautiful daughters.
One of them is a rapper, right?
Yes,
I like
young
her. She's
Naya.
spicy.
Yeah, young Naya. She the
How old
truth.
is she?
She's 20. She just turned 24, but everybody thinks she's 19 because she's so little.
She looks young.
Yeah,
she
she's
does.
a
Baby
baby.
face.
Yeah, it's my
She's
baby.
spicy though.
Yeah, she's a real lyricist. I'm telling you. And I'm not
She's in
just
a group?
saying that.
She's
No,
in a
she by
group?
herself.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And I'm not just saying that because that's my child. Because my other one thought she could sing, and I was like, baby, that's not your gift. Mama gonna be honest with you. That is not your
That's
gift.
not
So
your
I
gift.
put her in dance. That wasn't her gift either.
Oh my God.
So we still looking to figure out what that gift is. We're gonna keep trying till we figure it out.
accountant.
Listen, you need somebody to be honest with you before you put yourself out there.
Because the world gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You know
And it's
what
a
I
lot of
mean?
pressure with you being her mom and
Yes,
her
it
aunt and
is.
stuff like that.
It is. It's a lot of pressure.
Okay.
It is.
So let me ask you about your mental state of mind while you were filming the show, because I know reality TV can really be difficult, right? It's a lot of trying to pack in a whole storyline, and then people see what they see when they watch it. Some people may disagree with you. You may feel like that wasn't portrayed the right way. There was a lot of people feeling like SWV and Xscape was beefing with each other. There were stories about who's going to headline and who doesn't deserve to be the headliner and things like that. How did that affect you?
I think the family issue affected me more than anything. I was trying to stay focused on the business. I was really excited about us coming together, putting on a show that we've never seen before. Like, even in the show, you can see I came with all these ideas. And one of my ideas, let me just say, one of my ideas, I was saying SWV should have came out on like a mechanical horse, like in their video. And they were like, oh, she's extra. She doing too much. And now Beyonce comes out on a horse.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, wow. And I was like, see, I had that idea 2 years ago. And y'all said I'm too extra. I was trying to give them the jewels. They didn't want it. They didn't want it. So, but yeah, I mean, my family took precedence over everything else, and I was stressed when the first episode came out. Girl, I stayed in the bed. I cried. My husband was out of town. He wasn't even there. I cried. My daughter didn't even go to school. You know, I'm a stigma about perfect attendance, but that day she didn't go to school. I was just so stressed just watching it, you know, seeing it, and I was like, wow, you know, this is what I've been dealing with all my life, and now it's been, you know, shown on TV, and I had to live it again. Things I've suppressed over the years. It was like, this is crazy. And then I was like, why did I do this?
I'm here with Jasmine, Brand, and Mena. We are talking to Tamika Scott from Xscape. What did your mom have to say about everything from watching the conversations? How does she feel?
Mom still feels like she's right. She still felt like I disrespected her. She still feels like, my mom look at me like I am a 10-year-old. And I be wondering, like, am I gonna start looking at my kids like that when I get older? You know, and I'm like, I'm never gonna do that to them. I want to make sure they're adults. I want to treat them like adults, and it's, you can have a healthy adult relationship with your kids. But she looks at me like I'm 10, and you know.
How are you guys gonna work towards resolving that? You think
prayer? I'm just praying.
Sometimes you
now.
might need to bring in a third party, like, for real though.
Yeah.
You know, I think that could be really helpful, because certain things with family, like trust, you know, can be broken. Obviously, you and your sister, you say one thing, she says another, and people are split. But I do feel like, you know, you had a lot of people backing you up. But
yeah,
I'm
you
sure,
really did.
Yeah, you know.
Do you and your sister speak at all?
Well, right now, there's no speaking, but, you know, time will heal.
How was y'all able to film and still have that, you know, those real life issues?
Well, I mean, I came to work. I came with my business hat.
Right.
So I know how to leave the personal stuff behind. So when I came to the table, it was like, okay, I'm just gonna just block out the personal stuff, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna talk to the girls, and we're gonna do what we came to do. Right. And every time I showed up, and I did what I was supposed to.
Did it ever like spill over like to, you know, there's a lot of times when it's like, you know, the wife, husband, did it like spill over to the husband? Did your husband want to like put hands on her husband or something like that?
No, I mean,
she lying.
I mean, no, you know, God is good.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it? All right, Tamika Scott from Xscape is here, and she is definitely spilling all the tea. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. We have more with her when we come back.
Now I'm back at it. You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here. Mano is here. We are talking to Tamika Scott from Xscape. One of the most, I think, devastating things was you having to come forward about that sex tape.
Yes.
And you having to come forward and actually even like reveal that. But sometimes you got to put things out there before someone else puts it out there.
Yes, I did. I had to. I did. I had to tell it.
Did that get like, are we okay there? That's never coming out. We don't have to.
Well, if it come out, then somebody gonna get sued.
Right.
They're gonna get sued for defamation of character.
And to be clear, that was when she was in her 20s.
Yeah,
like,
I was younger then.
Right.
I was younger
I don't think that really like. I mean, we live in a time where it's like we see sex tapes all the time. So
But
like,
still,
nobody
wants that out.
Yeah.
Especially my kids.
Mano
you
might,
know what I mean?
but-
I still have a child in
I
the
don't want
elementary.
my sex tapes out there.
But see, you a guy.
It's very different.
You a guy.
Yeah.
You probably do.
You a guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, my husband might get mad when I tell y'all this. When we first started dating or whatever, he had left me in his apartment and he had to go out of town. So I was like, okay, and I was looking through the closets and I saw a whole bunch of tapes.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, why he got those on the back of the shelf? So I took them out and I played them. Baby,
No, he did not.
it was him and I don't know how many girls. I just stopped counting. It was like girl after girl
And
after.
you watched them?
I watched all the tapes and I sat there and I was like,
She watched all of them.
I couldn't watch that.
I watched it. I wanted to see who I was dating.
He did that to me too.
No, but we never. He didn't want to do a tape with me after that.
Yeah.
I was like,
He's definitely
that's crazy. But he was like,
that
yeah,
would never happen in Brooklyn.
he was. No, because I seen one of his boys was on the tape. I saw he had tapes. I guess his boys didn't want to take back with them. They had tapes there. I watched all those too. So.
No, you didn't.
That's
Yeah,
so
I
funny.
did. I watched them, but one from Brooklyn. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But you know the
hilarious.
funny thing about it, when he came home, I talked to him about it. He's like, yeah, you know, I did that back in my past. Like, no, this is the same shirt you got on.
You still got this shirt.
You still got this shirt. So we were walking down the street, no lie. One of the girls on the tape walked past us and act like she did not know him. And I looked at him, I said,
How do you remember what she looked like,
isn't that?
though?
Oh, baby, you remember.
Okay, yeah.
I said, isn't that one of the chicks? He was like, yeah. I was like, how's she gonna act like she don't know you? What you talking about?
Tamika, you may be a little psychotic. I'm not gonna
That's a little crazy.
Because it would have been different if she'd have walked up and had different energy. You wouldn't have liked that.
Yeah, you're right.
It was
So I'm
best
glad
that she did that.
Yeah, it was best.
It was best that she kept it.
but
like,
she
you
kept
know?
it moving.
Yeah.
But did that affect your relationship?
No, it
Not at all. So
didn't.
you
Because
were
that
okay.
happened before me.
Okay, yeah, but still,
That was
I don't know if I
before
could
me.
watch
But
that.
maybe,
She watched
like,
all of them.
I
She
did.
watched to see if see what
Okay,
his work was
did
like.
it turn you on
you
a
know?
little?
No,
Okay,
it didn't
just
turn me
making
on.
sure.
It didn't turn me on. I was just like, okay. And then I saw one out, no lie. One, he had one girl up in the air. I was like, you got to do that to me.
Oh.
He picked her up in the air.
It
and
works out.
I was
It
like,
did
oh,
work out.
you're going to have to do that.
Yo,
And
you are crazy.
He did.
I told
so
you.
I'm
That's not
good now.
crazy. That's not crazy.
I'm good now.
So are you going to do a full album?
I'm working towards it.
Or EP? Can we
Yeah,
get EP?
I'm working towards the EP,
Okay.
not an album.
Tell us, like, is it all going to be just really more like songs like this? Or
See,
Like
Xscape,
tonight?
Jermaine gave us all love songs. We don't have any party songs. No, going out. And I want to do that. I like to go out. I like to have a good time. I'm a
Right.
fun person. And
can
I want
see.
my music to show that.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Well, make sure you let us know more details as you get ready to release new music. And the Christmas Ringer, when is that out on BET Plus?
Girl, I don't know when it's coming out. I guess around Christmas time. I guess around Christmas time. Yeah.
And are you going to be doing more acting?
Yes, I love it. I
Okay.
love it. Mm-hmm.
Any more roles that you already secured? Or are you up for some? Or
Yes, I have a big announcement to make soon. So
okay, we love a big good announcement that makes you
Yes.
smile.
Yes, it was good, and we still touring. Like me and my girls, Xscape, we're still touring.
Is it the whole group?
It's just three of us.
Okay,
It's me,
okay.
Candy, and Tiny.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Maybe one day.
Hold on. You, Candy, and Tiny. That's Xscape. So your sister's not even in the group no more.
she took a step back for a while.
Got it.
All right, we will be praying for y'all, like you said.
Thank
Prayers work, but you might need to bring in a expert too, and nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
By the way. Well, thank you so much to Tamika Scott, and you can watch that full interview on the Way Up with Yee YouTube channel. Also, make sure y'all check out her new single tonight featuring Method Man. It's really a bop. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. When we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. If you have any questions, call us up. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Donnell Rawlings, one of my besties, is here with me today.
Nice like this, Donnell, a.k.a. Eddie Kane Jr.
But I feel like you're coming back.
It's coming back.
That's your voice is coming back. She probably did not say
not
that.
Not my career, right?
Okay. All right. Well, it's time for Ask Yee, and we have a Leo on the line. What's up, Leo?
Hey, how you doing, Ange?
I'm good, thank you. You have a question for Ask Yee?
I do. So I just want to know, how can I get my girlfriend's family to really see me for who I am? I'm like a 6'3" Puerto Rican guy. I got, my mom's name and a couple other face tattoos on, but I'm a sweet guy. So my girlfriend, she has a disability and she can't walk. We're like 22 years old. So instead of seeing me for who I am, picking her up, carrying her everywhere that's not, accessible, they just judge me for what I look like, and it's really been a struggle for the last year and a half. I feel like it's kind of going on the outs because she loves her family, doesn't want to give them up, but at the same time, it's just like, hey, look, I'm here, and real love, you can't put a price on it, so what we going to do, baby, lock down or go?
And they're also probably concerned for her, being like you said, she can't walk, so I'm sure she relies on you for certain things, and they don't want to see her get heartbroken for whatever reason. Maybe they're protective over her. But I can understand your side of things because you are giving it your all. You really love her and you're trying to prove it to them. Her family is important to her. And at the same time, the relationship is between you and her. And it's really difficult when other people come in between you guys, right? Donnell?
Yeah, but I think the first thing you need to do is put some bass in your voice.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm just saying, when you talk to this family, don't let them just step over you like that. And you got to keep it real with them.
You wanted him to intimidate her family?
Yeah, I mean, if they...
That's exactly what it is. They're already looking at me like you rock your gangster.
Rock your tattoos, and it is what it is, right? And I would tell them else, who else going... If you there, and you taking care of this woman that's in the wheelchair, whatever, if they can't respect you for what it takes to do that, then maybe you don't want to be a part of that family, son.
Donnell, he loves her.
Might care about love. That ain't going to last, man.
Leo, don't listen.
I mean, it might last, but I mean, you got to put some bass in your voice.
Is there anybody in her family that likes you?
Sheesh. Nowadays, probably not. They all got into each other's ears. They kind of whisper down the lane type of thing. So I'm banished from the property. My name can't even be spoken in the house, honestly. I'm like, it's bad.
And what does she say to them? Because it is her family, right? And if they listen to anybody, it should be her.
She's the baby out of all of them. She has an identical twin sister who's in the scooter as well, but she's like the youngest, and they baby her a little bit too much, in my opinion. So they kind of walk on her too. So they got the wrong one though. So maybe they think who she's, but they can walk on. But I've never been that person, even with my own family. So that's why when I stand up and kind of put them in their place, I got banned from the property. So like you said, put bass in your voice. I put bass in my voice, got called gangster and kicked out. So
oh my gosh. Well,
I'm saying
and Leo, and listen, accountability is important too, right? Because you feel like there's some things you could have done differently.
For sure. The whole relationship, I own my wrongdoings and her wrongdoings. I always take the blame for everybody around me, but then they get comfortable with putting it on me and making it all my fault, when in all reality, I'm just being nice. So
right.
Stop being nice, son, man. Let your tattoos represent who you are. Stop trying to be nice. Nice guys finish last, son.
Leo,
People gonna try you.
All I can say is focus on your relationship with your woman, and eventually, only time, I think, proves things to people. And so right now they're concerned, and it's going to take time for you to prove what you need. Be patient. But also, look, if you can't go there, then when she goes, you just can't be there. But in the meantime, just handle your relationship and don't let other people into that sphere.
For sure. I appreciate you.
Do you appreciate Donnell?
Bro's a little rough. I see he came from.
That's your problem right now, son. That's your problem. Stop being soft, son.
I respect it, bro. I respect it.
You damned if you do.
I respect it, bro.
All right, son. Just don't get a BBL. You'll be all right, son.
Thank you, Leo.
I'm cracking up. All right, have a good night, Ange.
All right, well, that was Ask Ye. Yes, 800.
They don't never want to ask me. I'll tell the truth.
800-292.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
5150.
These punks out here need to hear the real deal.
Donnell and I used to actually
Nice guy finished last.
We had our own advice segment that we did together. Ask Ye.
Ask Ye, yeah. And nobody took my advice.
Ever.
Never.
All right, well, let's keep that going.
Disrespect.
If you have any questions, you can always leave a message in case you couldn't get through. And of course, we have last word when we come back. 800-292-5150.
Pick up the phone. Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard. What the word is. Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and what a day. I just got back from Denver, Colorado this morning. Donnell Rawlings is here. He was out all night.
I just woke up and I came here.
You didn't even go to sleep, I feel like.
I did not. Well, a little bit.
I did text you, like, are you still coming? And I feel like you just rolled out of bed.
No, I was already ready to come. I was already up. And I knew I got the missed call to the text. And I could read that you was like, but I committed. I said I was going to be here. And
okay. I'm glad it came through in the text. Sometimes people don't get a tone.
I was really happy that I was up because I might not have made it, but I had to
40,
come up.
Your guy 40, who would normally wake you up, he wasn't even up.
Oh, he was like, I'm coming over the bridge. I'm like, I'm halfway there now.
Well, we're going to be partying tonight, so I know about last night. Tomorrow is going to be amazing when I have a chance to talk about what I do tonight.
Oh, it's going to be a good time.
Donnell, I just want to say I love you, I value, I appreciate you. I'm proud of you.
I feel like I love you back. Did I say that? Oh man, the streets is
normally
gone.
when Donnell says love you, I just say thanks. But
yeah, and then hang up on me too.
Yeah.
I just put a K out.
But I'm so happy. Like, I got a chance to come to your house in Ohio in Yellow Springs, and your house is beautiful. It's amazing.
I
know that you could not have possibly decorated that yourself.
Shout out to Heather.
Happy birthday, Heather.
Happy birthday, Heather. I have a lot.
I knew you didn't.
I have a lot of inspiration.
But I knew you decorated the garage. I could tell you did that part.
Why? Because all the empty Remy bottles and Casa.
I was like, this is Donnell's area.
I had something to do with decorating that place. I got something.
But I'm glad that you got a pool. He got a hammock that you cannot sit on because you'll flip right off of it. But it's a beautiful house.
I just added a hot tub too.
Woo!
Yeah, so.
All right, so everybody party at Donnell's house. Anybody in the area?
They already know. As soon as they see more than 2 cars, they just pull up. But the most important thing about that, when I got that place, I had a listing that pop up on my phone. I jumped the fence at that place. I walked to the back, and I was walking toward the house. I said, I want to get this house for my son because I want to create a lot of memories. And the best part of having that place for me was this summer, him and his cousin hanging out, learning how to swim. Out in the backyard, chasing deer and everything. That's
chasing
the best.
Deer. Be careful.
I'm just looking at the
Austin.
deer. But that's the best thing I get out of it. The experiences and the memories I create with him.
All right, he out there chasing deer like Apocalypto.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We'll get there. We will get there.
All right, well, congratulations again. And thank you, Tamika Scott from Xscape, for joining us. Also, thank you to Ayo Jay. He'll be at Angela Yee Day performing. You can watch those full interviews on the YouTube, Way Up with Angela Yee. You can see all these segments with Donnell on YouTube as well, Way Up with Angela Yee. And of course, you guys have the last word.
Good morning. This is your girl, Asia, all the way from Jersey. I wanted to shine the light on my man, my children's father, Cyreek. We've been together for about 4.5 years now, known each other since we were 7. And I just want to give him his flowers because he definitely deserves them. He is a wonderful, upstanding father and an amazing man. He does everything he can for our family. He takes on the load when I can't bear it by myself. And he just does everything he can to make this family happy and make it go round. So I just want to shine the light on him and give him all his credit that he is due. And I thank y'all for shouting him out.
Going way up with Angela Yee.